first thing, before I read this out loud, read it quietly to yourself so you can get a feel for what the question's asking. Okay, a sweater is regularly $32. It's marked 25% off the original price. Underline original price. What will the shopper save after the discount? Let's first identify the part and the whole and the percent. $32. Is that the part or the whole? Trade. I'm going to say part. I'm going to say whole. Yeah, it's whole. That's the price that you're paying before the discount. $25%. That's always the easiest one because it has the sign in there that tells you what it is that we're trying to find, or what it is. Del, add percent. If you have a whole here and percent here, the thing that's left that you're trying to find in this case is the part. Set up the TRP. Watch what I'm going to do. Leave space. And I'm going to ask you why I think I did it this way. All right, let's take the pieces that we've identified as the part. If you go here and you're trying to find the part, then the part is the empty box right now. Work backwards. The percent is, see? And the bottom part of any percent is what, see? 100. And obviously the thing that's left is 32 for the whole. Now my question for you. Why did I leave space here? Minus.
Do work.
What kind of work?
Multiplication.
Not necessarily multiplication. Bill. Addition. What? Division? Not division. T-Rex. That's it. In case I do need to scale up or down, I can put it right next to here, and I can see the connection. Do I need to scale up or down? Constant or multiplicative instruction to find the missing guys? Times what?
4.
Missing number?
A.
$8 is the discount. That's how much it's off the original price. How would I go about, this is kind of the next page, but I want you to stay on this page. How would you then figure out what you're actually paying? By the way, I'll put this 8 in here for right now. Alex. Okay, and is there room at the bottom to put this answer here? Because it goes on to the next page, but I don't want to keep flipping back and forth. So you're paying 32 minus 8, which is equals $24. Are we good with this so far? So we're going to build off of this, and here comes the leap. Here comes the leap. Did you leave room on the right side to do some work? I hope.
Yeah.
Or at the bottom or somewhere. I am going to set up an equivalency ratio table. Let me write it all out first and then copy it down. I need room too. I don't know where you can squeeze this in, but I need more space, so I'm going here. Whoa. Again, let me write this all out first, and then you can copy it down. Okay, copy it. ready? Like I said, here comes a little bit of a leap, okay? And after we're done with this, you can look at me and say, why are we doing it this way when the TRP works so well? And my response to that is eventually you're going to get to word problems where this ratio table, which is what it is going to make more sense and make it easier for you. Go back to the original problem we just did and make believe you didn't do the work on it yet. The $32 goes where on the table? There's 6 different spots where it can go. First of all, is it money or is it percent? So we now narrow it down to something here in this first column because we know it's money. Is it the amount saved? Is it the amount paid? Or is it the original price? Correct. Put it in. Remember I told you this is like a puzzle and you got to try to put the pieces together? Okay, go back to part B. 25%. First, decide which column, first column or second column. Which of these 3 spots does it go? Is it the percent saved, the percent paid, or the original percentage? This is tricky. Joe, how many say saved? You're up and running. Good. Now here's my question to you. That's all you need to figure out everything else. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it together. You're going to see, like, wait a minute, how can you watch? What's the original percentage? 100%. What now has to go here? Remember? Part, whole.
Oh, it all adds up.
This plus this equals this. Now look, we don't have these 2 pieces. But can you now look at this and figure this out? Can you figure this out? Can you look here and say, okay, can I figure out what I'm paying? Can you make a connection from here to here evenly?
No.
No. Can you make a connection here to here evenly? Now ready? What about here to here?
Yeah.
Times what?
4.
What? Times 4 makes 32.
8.
8. Then go back to part, whole. Part plus part makes whole. So you don't have to do any more division or multiplication, but what plus 8 makes 32? 24. Did I lose you?
No.
A little is okay. I'll take a little. Now, it seems like there's more work involved, and there is, but if you can get this in your head, you can do any word problem having to do with tax, tips, and discount. And we're just going to keep practicing it, and then when we get to 28, you can't use TRP anymore. You have to use this equivalency ratio table. Got a question for you. I knew that was coming. Is it an equivalency ratio table?
No.
Let me say yes.
Yes.
How many say no? Let's take a look. If it's true, then what should work is it should be a same constant. Kurt, real quick, I need 25 divided by 8. Or Kurt or Luke. Either way, I was looking at Luke call Kurt. I need to know.
3.125.
What is it?
3.125. 3.2.
No, let's just do it.
And this.
3 1/8, which is 3.125. Okay? So, if this is an equivalency ratio table, is it fair to say that 24 times 3.125 is 75? Should work.
Yeah.
Somebody get a calculator. Go grab it. Good. 24 times 3.125, please.
What am I doing with my point?
24 times 3.125, please.
That's a point. 75.
So far, we're good. One more time, bud. 32 times 3.125.
I said this thing, you said that. Did you? What? 100.
100?
Yeah.
Guess what?
It is.
It's an equivalency ratio table.
I said,
Ready? Ready? What's the value of the ratio table? 1, 2,
3.12.
3.125. Let's move on to the next question.
Calculate.
We did this. Done. All right, same thing. Example 2. Guys, read example 2 quietly to yourself and identify A, B, and C on your own. Then we'll go over it. All right, let's take care of percent, part, whole, and percent first. 30%. Part, whole, or percent? Marcus. Good.
Yeah.
$24. Part or whole? Well, agreed. Trying to find, obviously, the only thing that's left, which is the whole. First, we'll set it up as TRP, and we're going to set it up again as an equivalency ratio table. We're going to do both because when you get to 28, TRP does not, well, it can, but it gets confusing. However, EQ table, if you know it, it works every single time. Did you remember to leave, did you set it up yet or not? Remember to leave space. Can we make a connection as is right now? This is why we want to leave space to scale down. What do you want to scale it down to? Any more room? Phil. Still doesn't work though, because 15 can't go into 24, and 15 can't go into 100, or 50 to 50. Birds. Alright, well, what do you got to scale 30 to 100 down to? Get to the value of the ratio. The value will always work. What's the value of the ratio? Cat? 310. Now it'll work. Times what?
8.
Times what?
8.
What was the original price? That's about right, isn't it? Okay, now, without going into the matrix yet, I call it the matrix. So that's my equivalency ratio table. Okay, how much is the shopper saving after the discount? How much will the shoppers pay after the discount? Fuzzy. What'd you do to figure it out? Right. You ready to set up the matrix?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, when you set up the matrix, don't fill anything out other than what the problem gives us. Okay? Make believe we haven't done this work on TRP yet. Watch how I'm gonna set this up. Get into the idea. It's saved, paid, and original. Now, it's going to be a little different when we do taxes and tips, but it's the same idea. It's part whole. Put a little P and W in parentheses right before it. Then there'll always be a column for dollars and a column for percent. And my matrix is done. I'll even clean it up a little bit too. Okay. It's pieces of a puzzle we've got to put together to find the missing pieces. Go back to the original problem. The pair of jeans is 30% off the original price. Is that the percent saved, or the percent paid, or the original? 30%. Is that saved, paid, or original? Yeah, Anna. Correct. Put 30 in here. What else did they give you? The sale resulted in a $24 discount. Here's my column for money. Where does it go? Saved, paid, or original? Anybody awake on this side of the room?
I know. They're sleeping because the lights.
Because the lights are on.
Switch.
That's weird. Switch it so you won't have to go on this side.
Wait.
But they should be able to see the board better. All right, anyway, where's the... Seriously, if we were in a boat, we'd fall over. Everybody's got their hands up on one side. Somebody from this side of the room, help me out. Side soda.
Side soda.
Geneva, where does the 24 go? It goes in the dollar column. Saved, paid, or original? Let me say original. Not original. Just think about it. The original price has got to be the greatest amount. Okay? If that helps you, look, guys, this row for original has to be the column or the row with the largest numbers. And remember, you're paying, you're saving. That's going to be less than the original. Bet. Saved. All right. Can we figure everything else out based on just two numbers?
No. Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Kurt, where do you want to go?
The original is always 100%.
Always. Original is always 100. Once you know this, you can now do this. Correct. Now it gets tricky.
On this, 80, 20, 24 times 1.25. 24.
You can, but you don't know that yet. You got to make believe you don't know it.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
24 times 1.25.
what you need to do, kind of, is, well, if you're trying to figure this out first, can you make a connection anywhere as is? No. Can't. But what can you do here, 30 and 70?
Scale it down.
Scale it down.
Oh, no.
3/7. Okay? I'll put a little 3 here. I don't want this to confuse you. 3/7. Now you can make a connection. 3 times what makes 24?
8.
7 times 8 is...
56.
And look, once you get 4, this column is easy because then you can add. 24 plus 56. Part plus part equals whole. And our value of our ratio, sir? 1 to 1.15. Which, I'm not going to ask you that. but it just proves that it's an equivalency ratio table. Guys, this is where the leap's going to be, but we've got to practice it. We're going to keep practicing it and practicing it. You know. One more, let's do it. This is where the matrix, I think it's next one, the matrix is a little different, but it still works as an EQ table. All right. This is another leap, as you'll say. But I'm going to try it with you today. And if this is where we finish off today, so be it. Same thing, read through everything and fill out part, whole percent. Let's just do it. Ready? $500.
Hard.
How many say part? How many say whole? Marcus, I'm going to go back to you for a minute. Why do you say it's part?
Because there's 500 and the tax is $30, so 500 is only part of the cost of the
He's just made an argument that you could probably say that the 500 is part, because remember, the whole has to be the greatest amount you're going to pay. Okay? Well, let me do this with you. Let's just call it whole for right now, because it's going to make more sense when you do TRF. But then when we do the matrix, Marcus is actually right. That 500 is not the whole. It's really the part. But let's leave it for whole right now, because it's not going to make that much of a difference when we do TRP. It will make a difference when we do the matrix. And I don't want this to confuse you any more than it is. Leave it the whole for now. It'll still work. Obviously, $30, that has to be part, no matter what. And they're asking you tax rate percentage, so that's the percent. Set it up as TRP and do it as TRP and get an answer. Okay, John's going to set it up. Wait a minute. Hold. Let me talk you through it, because you do have it reversed. Erase. What was the whole amount? 500 goes here. This is our percent column, so this is always something over 100. It'll still work, you'll see.
Would it be over 1,000? No, because you scale it.
What times 5 makes 30? How much you get? 6%. Correct. Now I'm going to show you why Marcus was right. We've been calling this 30 the part. We've been calling the 500 the whole. And this is the percent. But watch what happens when you set up the matrix. We're now dealing with a tax. So the way this gets set up when you do this, I'm still going to call it part, whole. But watch what we're going to do. Tax, the item without the tax, and the total with the tax. The item is without the tax, but I just put it down as item. I'm just mixing this in. I'm going to need to drag it to the bottom so that there's room.
So we can save the original.
You can't, because it's not a discount question.
What is that one?
Hold on, let me drag this. Drag.
Tax item.
Tax, item, total of the items with the tax. A column for dollars, a column for percent. Make the matrix. Okay. Let's put put in what we do know. Focus, guys. $500 goes where? This is the question that was raised earlier when Marcus said, well, wait a minute. It's not necessarily the whole. Kurt, where'd it go? Yeah, it goes technically here, which shows that's really still a part.
Because you have to add tax.
Exactly. What about the $30? Dylan. Correct. That's all you need. You can fill out everything else, but you're missing something that's very interesting when you get here. Yeah. Let's go. Let's take care of the easy one first. How do you figure out the total with the tax? You do what? You say it out loud. Got it. The question now becomes, though, where does the 100 go in the percent? Yeah. Yes, it goes here. Because after you pay, you're actually paying an amount that's greater than 100%. Okay, we are now going to use, in this case we could use constant, like we did in TRP. 100 times what makes 500? What times 5 makes 30? What goes here? And I heard somebody say, oh, the bell starts to go off. Is it an equivalency ratio table?
Yes.
Ready? What's 6 times 5? 6 times 5. 100 times 5. And I swear by all flowers, 106 times 5 is 530. We're going to practice it. It's a week. We're going to practice it. When you pay your 530, you're paying 106%. You're paying above the price. That's right.